I thought using one device would be simpler, and obviously it hasn't worked out that way.
Nope, not so simple. Turns out that wasn't exactly true either. She had an iPad as well, but our next guest said she can't help it. It's just...
Oh, no, it hasn't worked out that way. That portion of Hillary Clinton's very first comments on her email scandal are now revealed to be completely untrue. There wasn't just one device. In emails to advisor Huma Abedin obtained by the Associated Press, Clinton talked about using an iPad as well. That would make it at least 2 devices. Our next guest isn't surprised by any of this. He's watched the Clintons for a long time, and he says deception is baked into the cake. New York Post columnist and Fox News contributor Michael Goodwin joins us now. Michael, it's great to see you.
Thank you, Tucker.
So you followed the Clintons for decades.
Right.
I have too. You're not shocked by this. This has the odor of deja vu to you.
Right. This is how it goes. This is how, and to think that this is effectively her first comment on a big public issue in her new campaign, and she begins with a lie. And the significance of the lie is not a minor one. It is the fact that when she said, I used one for convenience, in fact, she was using more than one device. We know at least 2, thanks to the Associated Press. So what else don't we know? I mean, she said she did this for convenience, but I think it's pretty clear that she did it to keep it secret. And obviously from Congress, any FOI from the press would not be able to get to these documents. But I think it's also to keep it secret from the White House. Don't forget, there are a lot of people in the State Department she didn't hire.
Exactly.
She didn't want there. She didn't want the White House knowing what she was doing all the time. So she's juggling devices, then comes out and says, oh, I did it for convenience. Well, obviously it wasn't for convenience. It did not comport with what she was supposed to do as Secretary of State. The Associated Press quite rightly is angry because it has filed a number of Freedom of Information requests and was told there was no documents. Well, of course there were no documents because Hillary Clinton was hiding them.
Well, whenever you hire a team of IT consultants to install a server in your home, you're not doing it for convenience.
Right.
That's not very convenient.
And there is the question of security. I mean, she has a lot of sensitive information on there. We know the Russians, the Iranians, and Chinese all are expert at hacking. How many documents did she lose? Were they watching her in real time? We have no idea.
Here's the political question. Will it matter in the end? You've watched the Clintons operate in American politics since the beginning. Does this stuff stick?
Well, look, there's a little bit of a dent already in her armor in the swing states, polls showing she's down a few points. I think the most significant finding so far is that in a lot of this, in several of the key swing states, one poll has shown roughly 50% of the people think she's not honest. Now, that's look, that again fits the narrative of the Clintons, going way back to when Bill was in the White House. I mean, there is always this suspicion they're not telling you the whole truth. They're telling you something where you have to go root for the whole truth. I think that's a terrible way to begin a campaign. It's only likely to get worse during the campaign. But it just strikes me that it shows that she's been out of real political politics, and she's come back the same way. Nothing has changed. Here we go again. I think it's a terrible way to begin the campaign. I would just say quickly, you know, for voters, if this is what you want, if you want a government you can't trust, you start out that way, we get the government we deserve.
We certainly do. Rip Van Winkle.